Layering cologne is just spraying one fragrance on top of another. Usually these are complements or complete opposites to make a completely different scent. And I'll tell you right now, this is an art and definitely requires a ton of experimentation. So definitely feel free just to try everything that you think might smell good. But also on the flip side, you have to be careful because there are some combinations that just smell absolutely awful. And I don't want you smelling horrible because you're just gonna chase everyone away. And that is the complete opposite of what colognes are made for. So in this video, I'm going to give you some of my tips and tricks of how to layer cologne. So here I have Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense, which is a salty fresh fragrance, and then I have Versace Pour Homme, which is more of just a simple fresh fragrance, more of a citrus fresh fragrance. So fragrances are really broken down into a fragrance wheel, just like a color wheel. So there's amber, there's woody, there's fresh, and then there's floral fragrances, and then they're all broken down into subcategories. So for example, in the fresh, there's aquatic, and then there's salty, and then there's citrus, and there's so many different subcategories, and this wheel doesn't necessarily have them all, but it gives a very good starting point of what you should be looking for. So in this example, this is a salty fresh fragrance, and this is a citrus fresh fragrance, which are complements of each other. So these are going to work really well to make a very great summer combination. And this is actually one of my favorite summer combinations. But then on the flip side, you could do completely opposites of each other, just like the color wheel. So one side to the other. So you might do a woody with a floral fragrance, and this is going to make a very unique and probably a classy fragrance that is really going to push out and grab attention. For example, Dior Homme, very woody fragrance, pretty much all about woods. And then you can put Prada L'Homme on top of that, which is a floral fragrance. That is just an iris bomb. So now you're going to have a woody iris fragrance. Prada L'Homme has a bit more sophistication, a bit more development. Dior Homme, just a simple woody fragrance. So that is a great combination. One of my favorite combinations is Tom Ford Ombre Leather, which is a very strong leather fragrance. Just super simple. And then I put Cremo Spice and Black Vanilla on top of that, which is a strong vanilla fragrance. So this creates a very attention-grabbing combination that isn't necessarily found in many other fragrances. You really never get a leather and vanilla combination like that. And one of the reasons that the Cremo Spice and Black Vanilla and Ombre Leather combination works so well because they're both somewhat simple fragrances, and that's especially important when you are layering fragrances, is that you try to have one simple fragrance and then one more complex fragrance, because if you have a simple fragrance, then you kind of pretty much always know what you're going to get. To give you some ideas of some really good layering combinations, I'll give you my best for each season. So summer is obviously going to be Versace Pour Homme and Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. You get a very citrusy, salty fragrance here. Great for summer. In the fall, I absolutely love Tom Ford Noir Extreme and Bulgari Man in Black. Here you're going to get a sweet rum and leather fragrance. It's just very masculine and super interesting to smell. I have it on right now, and I can't stop smelling it because of all four combinations that I'm about to show you, this is my favorite. In the winter, I love Tom Ford Ombre Leather and Cremo Spice and Black Vanilla. These are both some of my favorite winter fragrances. Ombre Leather has a tendency to really just pretty much overpower absolutely everything. So when you put in Cremo Spice and Black Vanilla, it makes this a very interesting leather fragrance. I do wish this vanilla came through just a little bit more, but it is still very attention grabbing. Then lastly, in the spring, or pretty much for any season, is Dior Homme EDT and Prada L'Homme EDT. This just makes a iris woody fragrance. I absolutely love the woodiness in the end of this fragrance, but you have to wait so long for it. So this kind of helps out and gives it more of a warm woods for the entire wear. Now, if you have some layering combinations or you try some out that you think are really good, make sure you leave them in the comments, and thanks for watching.